The little boy only wanted to finish the yogurt his dad had left behind, but his father quickly pulled it away and firmly told him never to eat food he had already touched. The boy couldn't understand why his dad had suddenly changed, or why they kept visiting strangers almost every day. What he didn't know was far more heartbreaking. John had just been diagnosed with terminal cancer. The doctors had given him only 3 months to live. His son had just turned 3 years old. John worked as an ordinary janitor. His small paycheck wasn't enough to pay for the treatment that might have saved him. So instead of spending his final days fighting a battle he couldn't afford to win, he made a different choice. He decided to spend every second preparing his son for a future without him. He never told the little boy the truth. Every morning he washed his son's hair, read him bedtime stories, laughed with him, and played like everything was perfectly normal. But every night, after his son finally fell asleep, John quietly sat alone in the dark and swallowed his medication, hiding every ounce of pain. Then, he made the hardest decision of his life. He would find his son a new family before he died. When John visited an adoption agency, the staff immediately judged him as a careless father trying to abandon his own child. But John never argued. Fighting back tears, he softly admitted, "I just want my son to have a safe home before I'm gone." Those words changed the entire room. Soon, a wealthy couple offered to adopt the boy. At first, John felt relieved. His son would have everything he never could provide. But during their conversation, John discovered they already had another child. He couldn't stop imagining his son growing up feeling unwanted or treated differently. That risk was too great. On the drive home, John gently asked his son, "Would you like to live with a rich family?" Without even thinking, the little boy shook his head. "No, I only want to stay with you." The answer shattered John's heart. Still, he refused to waste the little time they had left. He took his son to the park, bought him ice cream, played every game he wanted, and treasured every ordinary moment together. Yet every time he saw other parents watching their children grow up, guilt overwhelmed him because he knew he would never get that chance. Next morning, John walked his son to his new home and asked him to ring the doorbell himself. A warm smile welcomed the little boy from the other side. But instead of walking in, he turned around and looked at his father one last time. John's tired face hid unbearable pain, yet his eyes held nothing but love, hope, and one final goodbye.